Residential Report Writing and Case Studies. Chapter 4, the Uniform Residential Appraisal Report, page 26, quiz. Number 1. In a mortgage lending appraisal report, the appraiser should emphasize the subject property's good points while minimizing comments on negative features. True or false? I'm going to go false because you have to be independent and impartial. Number 2. A rectangular property measures 800 feet by 900 feet. How would the site size be reported on the URAR form? A. Typical site size. B. 16.53 acres. C. 72,000 square feet. Or D. 720,000 square feet. I believe it has to be in a decimal form. I'm not going to do the math, but if I was a guessing man, I'm going to say it's B. 16.53 AC. Number 3. Special flood hazard areas as identified by FEMA include A. Zones V and 6, B. Zones A, B, and C, C. Zones A and V, or D. Zones C and X. I don't really remember this, but I think I'm going to go with A. Zones V and 6. Assessment completed. Finish. You scored a 66.7%. You needed a 66 to pass. Number 1. In a mortgage lending appraisal report, the appraiser should emphasize the subject property's good points while minimizing comments on negative features. You said false. That is correct. Number 2. A rectangular property measures 800 feet by 900 feet. How would the site size be reported on the URAR form? You said 16.53 AC. You answered that correctly. You still got to learn how to do it though. And number 3, special flood hazard areas as identified by FEMA include, you said zones V and 6. That is incorrect. The correct answer was zones A and V. Special flood hazard areas assigned by FEMA are noted to be areas with A and V designations. Other areas which are not special flood hazard areas include B, C, and X. Chapter 4, Site Section, Utilities and External Factors. Continue. Chapter 4, the Uniform Residential Appraisal Report, page 27. URAR, page 2, Sales Comparison Analysis section. It says there are blank comparable properties currently offered for sale in the subject neighborhood, ranging in price from $1 to $sign. Below that, it says there are blank comparable sales in the subject neighborhood within the past 12 months, ranging in sales price from $sign to $sign. Below that, there's the feature, subject, comparable sale number 1, comparable sale number 2, comparable sale number 3 section. Below that is the address, which is right beneath the feature and subject. And then it goes down the line for the comp address cell 1, comp address cell 2, and comp address cell 3. Beneath that is the proximity to subject. The first one is a gray area because it's for the subject, and then you enter it in for the comp 1, comp 2, and comp 3. Below that is the sale price. The subject has a $sign. And then you go to comp 1 and there's like a dark square and then an area where you can put the sale price, how much it was, and the same thing goes down the line for comp 2 and comp 3. Underneath that, there's the sales price / gross living area. And then for the subject bar, it shows a $sign per square feet. For comparable sale number 1, it has that but smaller, and then there's like a dark box next to it, and then it goes the same down the line for comp 2 and comp 3. Underneath that is the data sources section. For the subject, it's just a dark box, but there's an open big box for comp sale 1, comp sale 2, and comp sale 3. Underneath that is the verification sources section. For subject, it's just a dark box, but for the comparable sale number 1 through 3, there's a big box to enter something in. Underneath that is the value adjustment section. All it says for the subject box is description. For comparable sale number 1, it says description, and then next to that says, I'm not too sure, I think it's like a plus or minus adjustment $sign, and the same thing all the way down for comp 2 and 3. Underneath that is sale or financing concessions. For the subject, it's just a big empty dark box. For comparable sale number 1 through 3, there's like a medium-sized box and a smaller box, both that you have to put something in if there was a sales or financing concession. Underneath that is date of sale / time. For the subject, it's just a dark box, obviously because it hasn't sold yet. But for sale comps 1 through 3, there's a medium-sized box and a smaller box. The first one is for description, and okay, I get it. And the smaller one is for the adjustment. Is it going to be a positive or negative adjustment? That's what it is. And the same thing down the line.